Yeah. Hello guys. Admittedly, I'm close to running out of ideas for PixelGun 3D. I've made a lot of montages, and I feel like I've gotten tired of that. I feel like I've been doing similar montages for quite a bit now, and I like to try something else. So, how about a tier list? We're going to be ranking PixelGun 3D snipers from our traditional 3 category spam playstyle perspective. This means primarily using backup, special, and sniper weapons. I've been using this playstyle for years, and I haven't moved on since, so I feel like I have credibility when it comes to ranking these snipers, even though I'm not good at the game whatsoever. So, what are we looking at? What's the criteria? We're going to be focused on a sniper's ability to function in the 3 category spam playstyle. It's pretty simple and straightforward. We're not going to be looking at price, cost upgrade, and the other background stats. We're just going to be looking at how well it performs in the match and in the game. Also, please note that all the snipers I'm using in this video aren't fully upgraded, and that I don't have all the snipers. There's almost 200 snipers in the game, and I'm not selling my kidney just to get all of them. And I only have 2 hands and 3 brain cells, so it's unlikely I'll be able to cover everything, but I'll do my best. And when placing weapons into their respective categories, here's what each letter means. D tier. These snipers are outright horrible when it comes to 3 category spam. Please note this is for 3 category spam playstyle. Some snipers might be good out of 3 category spam, but when it comes to 3 category spamming weapons, these snipers are almost unusable and are horrible. C tier. It's a bit worse than your average sniper for 3 category spam. They can be alright, but they're just not that great in general. There's better options out there. B tier. This is for snipers that are decent, balanced, and they're pretty average. They're good. There's nothing wrong with being average, or that's just kind of what I tell myself to cope with my everyday struggles. A tier. This is really good these are for really good snipers. There's not really much else to say here. They're just good, I guess. S tier. This is for the best of the best snipers. They can also be outright broken for 3 category spam. Alright, enough with the stalling. Let's just get to it. The first weapon we're going to be looking at is the Conductor of Souls. It's got good damage, and there really isn't much else to say about it. It does really good damage, and I put it A tier. The reason for its A tier ranking is because, once again, really good damage. It also has wall break and laser, and the problem with it is that it only has 6 ammo. I don't know, but that's just a bit too low in my opinion. Other thing I've noticed about it is that it does have the lifesteal attribute, but I haven't really noticed it that much. And I've also made a montage for it on my channel, and I'll put the link to that in the description. Now, let's look at the third eye. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is the first weapon to feature the X-ray attribute, which allows you to see through walls when you're scoped in. Either way, this weapon has been out for a long time. So, how does it stack up in modern day? So, it's got good damage, a nice fire rate. Well, technically we really wouldn't be looking at fire rate because this is 3 category spam. Overall, I'd put it in B tier. It does a bit less damage than something like the Conductor of Souls. And it also doesn't have the wall break or the laser attribute. Honestly though, the difference between the speeds of the bullet travel, they aren't that significant, but it's also worth noting. The only special attribute about it is the X-ray vision, but now, in modern day PixelGun, there's plenty of other weapons and plenty of other options for using X-ray vision. You now have the Oracle ability, the X-ray goggles, and other snipers who also have the X-ray attribute. However, when it comes to 3 category spam, X-ray isn't really going to be that useful. But overall, this weapon it's alright. So now for the heavy sniper rifle, or we'll just call it the HSR for simplicity. So good damage, 8 capacity. It's pretty simple and straightforward. The HSR also comes with a piercing attribute, which is useful if you have multiple opponents with their heads just happen to line up with each other. And I put it in B tier. It's decent. That's because even at mythical, it does an okay amount of damage. There's just plenty other weapons that are better options than it. Finally, we'll get to the Digital Sunrise. So here's a tale of tragedy. This weapon used to be one of the most powerful snipers in all of PixelGun 3D history. It used to even be more powerful than the anti-hero sniper rifle, and the anti-champion actually. And we'll get to that much later though. So what happened? Well, it got nerfed, and just like that.
It's nerf or nothing!
So in its current state, it does low initial damage for a sniper, but also comes with a bleeding effect to sort of compromise. It's probably one of its most notable features is its huge ammo capacity. 14 rounds for a sniper is insane, and you really won't be reloading this that often. I'd put this in B tier. So it's decent overall, but the initial damage absolutely kills this thing from going any higher. Sure, it does have the bleeding effect, but that damage occurs over time, and while your opponent still has 1 HP in their HP bar, they can still be shooting back at you. And PixelGun 3D is a fast-paced game, especially if you're 3 category spamming everybody. And like I said, as long as your opponent has 1 HP on them, and they're still bleeding out, they can still shoot back at you and potentially kill you. So B tier it is. But that's all we're going to be covering in this video. This will be a multi-part series. This is actually one of the series I'm planning on dedicating a lot of time to, and not just gonna outright quit for no reason. And thank you all guys for watching. That's all I got. Nico.